Yeah, so the key names are the column names, and for each particular column, for each particular key, for the values attributed to each particular key name, it takes those values to be the records within that particular column. And it also attributes based on the indexing of each particular value given the key. So 22 is attributed to brand, or whatever the name is, as well as the sex, male. Same thing for 35 is attributed to Alan and the sex, male. And Bolen is attributed to 58 to the sex, female. Hence our data frame here. So we can go ahead and call a particular column from our data frame specifically. And in this case, we can call the column marks. Just like in indexing, we call in the data frame variable, and then within square brackets, we give it the actual name of the column. Yeah. And it gives us only the values within the column. Now, this is more interesting in that it's another data type on its own. So a single column in a data frame is something called a series. It's considered to be a scaled down version of representing data in pandas. Probably that's the best way I can put that. In that, it's very simple and very focused in the kinds of data that it's holding, the kind of data it's holding, attributing that data, utilizing the index as we saw in a data frame, and also remembering exactly what the particular column name is and the data type. So a series, essentially, a collection of series are what makes up a data frame. And in pandas, they're also seen as unique data types. I hope that was clear. Okay, so in order to create a series, just like I've mentioned, we can call in the pd.series, and within that series, we fill in where it's getting its data. So earlier on, we saw how we can create a data frame from a dictionary. When it comes to a series, because it's a one column item, it has to be very simple, essentially. It has to only hold data that attributes to what can be held within one single column. And in this case, we tend to use a simpler sequential data type, such as a list or a set or even a tuple can work, and giving it a name. So instead of calling it column, yet again, because a series just has a single column, you just have to give a name for that particular series or that particular single column, such as this. So we can save our series to be the name age, and we save it to the variable mark. So when we call it back, we can see we even get a different structure as opposed to what we're getting in the form of a data frame. But still, you can see that it still has an index on the very leftmost corner, indicating the name and indicating the data type for each particular value in the series, or the general value set within the series.